We got a very special guest today. Those that have been in boys group, we've been listening to Mysonne for a couple of weeks now, but there's some of us, probably the staff in particular, who've been following him for a while. He has a story to tell, and his story is still, listen up, I'm talking over nobody. He can sit on that side. You gotta force him to sit. Let me see where you come from. So, a lot of times we talk about in a group that we don't have examples, there's no roadmap for us. A lot of times the people that are in front of us, whether it be our friends, our peers, even our family members, deep down are people that we don't want to emulate. We know that we want to do a little better than them. So, you know, I found an individual who I've been following for a while, who was in the industry, was shooting up like a rocket, and then all of a sudden he caught a charge. He had to go away for a while, and upon his return, I've seen his growth, and he inspired me. So I know that he can inspire some of you. I'm not going to give too much because I want him to be able to share. So I'm going to let him do his presentation. At the end, we could turn into a little circle and do a little interactive, and we can ask whatever questions we want. But I want everybody to give respect and give my son a round of applause for coming to check us out today.
My voice. How y'all feeling today? Right. Give yourself a round of applause for being here. First, thank you for having me here to speak to young kings and queens. As he said, I'm an artist, hip hop artist, but I call myself a raptivist because I do hip hop and I do activism at the same time. In the year 1998, I was signed to Def Jam. My mentor, Chris Lighty, was one of the, if people know from back in the days, Violated, Chris Lighty was one of the biggest execs. He signed Foxy Brown, he signed Mobb Deep, he signed a lot of different artists, and I was like one of his first proteges out of the Bronx. I got a $1 million record deal in 1998. And then in 1999, I was found guilty of 2 armed robberies in which I was sentenced to 7 to 14 years. So I never even got to drop an album. I dropped about 2 or 3 songs on mixtapes, on the Violated mixtape, on different albums. I was on Mason's album, I was on DMX's album. These are a lot of my mentors. Unfortunately, I was convicted of a crime I actually never committed. You know, I never committed the crimes that I was convicted of, but I was in the streets. You know, and I was only 21 years old. I had, you know, been running around in the streets doing a lot of things. And what I like to say is, what don't happen in the wash, you get it. Like karma you don't get away from it. I had robbed people in my life, you know, as a young boy, but that's what I thought was cool. You know, unfortunately, we was taught to do things in our communities that were, I like to say, we normalized abnormality. Robbery and violence and negativity became something that was indoctrinated in our community. We thought that's just the way to move. You know, I was being taught by people who was taught wrong. Because if you learn the wrong thing, you can't teach nobody else anything else. So I had older dudes who was taught wrong teaching me to follow that. So by the age of 12 and 13, I was already robbing people and picking pockets and doing all types of negative things. It was before there was actual gang culture. You know, early in the 90s, there was no Bloods and Crips and all that. It was just you and your mans. This is our clique. You know, so that was the lifestyle I led. But I always wanted to do more. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, we're not born with negativity in us. We adapt to that. We start adapting to our surroundings, and I adapted to that. But I always had a good nature. I was always the person who will fight the bullies. Like, you're not gonna be picking on nobody. Like, the teachers in my school used to come get me to protect the fight against the bullies and say, yo, they picking on somebody. That was always me. So I always had a good heart and good nature. So even though when I was doing negative things, I wanted to do more. You know, I was into sports, and then I started to get into music. And fortunately, I was able to get signed. But then unfortunately, I was taken out of that. You know, and while I sat in jail, I realized at 21 years old, it was nothing but young boys that looked like me, coming in and out. Some of them was never going home. I got friends that's still in prison. I went in 1999 and they've been in there since then. And they came in at 18 and 19 years old. And they still got 20 and 30. Some of them got life. And I kept seeing it was just a revolving door. And I'm like, why does only people that look like me constantly coming in here with the same exact reality? And what I realized is that we just was taught wrong. We learned the wrong things. We normalized the wrong things. So when I look at the culture today, it's just a byproduct of what we had to learn, right? We learned, and then we taught people the wrong way. So my goal now is to tell the truth. You know, it's a lot of quote unquote OGs that's putting guns in the hands of young boys. They putting packs in the hands of young boys. And you looking up to them because quote unquote they got some status or they the OG, and they leading you down dead end. And I'm so anti that. Like I look at this culture right now, it's a lot of artists and people that you following, they ain't even who they say they is. I know them. Like I know them literally. They not who they say they is. Future's telling you about lean and all this, and he said he never even drink lean in his life. But he got young boys addicted to it. Right? So a lot of these dudes talking about hustling, and they never hustled a day in their life. But they got these young boys out here following them. A lot of these dudes talking about they killers, and they never kill nobody in their life. But they got y'all going on drills and thinking I'm gonna be like that. Because they mislead it and they utilizing the fact that they know you don't know, and you can put anything on social media, and it's real. Right? Like I've watched. I had a conversation with my young nephew who I've raised, who now is facing 2 attempt murder charges. He got 2 gun charges, and he's 17 years old. And I tried to raise him, but he wanted to listen to what the internet was, what the streets were saying. I remember having a conversation with him, and I went and picked him off the block at 12:30 at night. He's 14 at this time. He's crying on the steps. And I'm like, what are you crying for? He's like, yo, they said that they was gonna make me the homie. He said if I did this, I was gonna be blood, and now he's telling me I can't. And I was so confused. I was literally confused, like, who is he? Now he was talking about a dude that was a rat, that just came home from doing 15 years, don't have nothing. He's 30 years old, and you telling me that he's gonna make you something. He don't even have nothing. How did you buy into that? Right? How is the big homie on the block with you, and you 14 and 15 years old with nothing, and he doing the same thing you doing? How is that your big anything? He's just an older little dude. That ain't no big homie. He's just older than you, but he's still a little dude. So this is what happened. We've got a society where people have been able to formulate facades and sell them to our babies at the expense of our babies, and that's what the culture is. So for me, I want to transform that mentality and be what a real big homie is, and stand in truth and tell you the facts. It ain't nothing in the streets but death or jail. If anybody tells you anything else is lying to you. There's no silk. You don't get no 401k. You don't get to retire. Most of the time, you don't make it to 40 and 30 years old. This is the facts. One of my best friends killed my other best friend at 19 years old, over the streets, over the block. This is the reality of what we dealing with. 2 of my best friends is in jail doing triple life. He calls home every day. He's one of the quote unquote founders of Sex, Money, and Murder. He calls me every day and has a conversation with me and be like, yo, we don't call, he says it's not Sex, Money, and Murder no more after 25 years as he's evolved. He said they told us wrong. It's SMM, but it's called strong-minded men now. So he's in jail redefining what it is. Because we realize it ain't nothing in the streets. And y'all following a blueprint that don't lead nowhere. You're literally, if you're in the streets, if you're in the game, if you quote unquote put work in the drill, you are signing up for death or jail. That's it. That's all you're not, I promise you, there's nothing else but death or jail. Some of us make it out because we figure it out before we die, right? We go to jail for enough time to where we actually come back to to civilization and be able to right our wrongs, but those are the only two outcomes of it. Anybody that's telling you something else is lying to you. The tough shit, the gangster, it ain't nothing in it. There's absolutely nothing in it. Gangster is when you are an asset to your community. If the old ladies and the little girls are scared when you come outside, you are a coward. If they don't feel like you're protecting your community, if the old ladies don't see you and feel like they're safe, you're not accomplishing nothing. You terrorizing your community, you are a coward. There's nothing gangster about it. If you need a gun because you got a disagreement with a man, you're a coward. If you can't have a conversation with a man and control your emotions and not let words push you to do something negative, then you are a coward. You are emotionally unintelligent. A young boy just killed a girl in Brooklyn because she didn't want to talk to him 2 days ago. 19-year-old twin girl. Stabbed her. Stabbed the girl and her sister. The sister just came out of the hospital, the other girl died. And I watched the interaction. He was so angry. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, calling his man, "I'm not jacking that." Emotional intelligence. If you can't control your emotions, can you not anything? If somebody can dictate your emotions to make you jeopardize your life, then you are not strong. There's nothing gangster about somebody being able to dictate your moves. If I can say something to you and control how you react, then I control you. That's how dudes die every day, right? Where you at? I pull up there, right? I'm gonna sit in the Addy. You sit in the Addy, they sit right in the car, he got the gun over there, and you pull up. That's tough to you when they ambush you? Because they know they can say something to you and get you to react a certain way. So who's in control of you when somebody can say something to you to make you do something? Right? Are you really in control? You really gangster? You so gangster that somebody can say something to you and make you risk your life and throw your life down the drain. That's what we've been taught. Oh, if you don't stand on video, oh, he called you out. Right? He called you out, he done dropped the Addy. I wish I would go somewhere where somebody dropped the Addies. You might be the biggest fool in the world. But that's what this is what we celebrate in the culture. We celebrate stupidity. We celebrate coward behavior. Oh, he gunned him down because he was scared to knuckle up. What happened to shooting 5 and squaring up and giving the man a handshake? If it comes to that, what happened? That's what men did. When I was young, that's what men did. But now they run up on you and they put a gun to you and shoot you, and he's supposed to be a good gangster. The same dudes that shooting dudes out here, they go to jail and wash dudes' drawers. They get smacked. I seen the biggest shooter, killer, all that, get smacked in his face by somebody 5 foot tall. And didn't even put his hands up. They lying to you, King. They selling you a dream. Manhood ain't what they telling you it is. Manhood is when you really a gangster, you can stop violence in your community. That's what the gangsters do. When I walk into my hood, they like such a big, I'm like, oh, come here, let me talk to you. What are we beefing about? What happened? What's going on? And we're gonna have a conversation like men. What is it? Is it really something over? What is the real beef? If y'all really got something up, y'all shoot 5, we're gonna clap it up and we gone. But ain't nobody shooting and killing nobody. These babies is out here. These ladies is walking out here. My sons and daughters gotta be here. That's what the gangsters do. That's when you got enough respect and you saying you somebody, you're supposed to be protecting your community. That's what it is.
Amen.
So I don't know who's selling these dreams. I don't know. I know who's selling it. The cowards are selling it, right? Because the cowards, what happens is when they can't reach the bar, then they lower the standards, right? When I know I'm not man enough to fight back, I'm gonna say the gangsters is shooters. I'm a shooter. I'm a stepper. Anybody can shoot somebody. Anybody. Cowards shoot people every day. All the time. It ain't. What does it mean? You shoot somebody, okay, you go to jail. You lose your life, now what happened? Because you was too scared to confront a man face to face because you had a difference with him? You too emotionally unintelligent to have a dialogue with a man? I just want to see men become men again. That's what I want men to be men again. And then I also want our young queens to be queens again. Stop creating conflict with men. Stop going to get your brother because you got into a little argument down the block. Every time. Stop putting the people who love you in harm's way. Stop disrespecting men because you know you got a brother that's going to go all the way out for you. Because the only thing you're doing is putting them in jeopardy. He's either going to have to take somebody like, because that's what, when my sister used to call me, I was coming outside every time. And she knew that. I'm going to get my brother. I'm coming outside. And whatever happened, happened. By the grace of God, I'm still here. But women, we got to be held accountable for that. If you really love somebody, I used to tell my mother that all the time. Mom, you got to protect me. Because we come from the hood. My mother was loud and she was like that. My son, Mom, you got to protect me. Because you know I'm not going to play with these people. I'm not going to let nobody hurt me and I'm not going to let nobody hurt you. So why create a conflict that those one of those two things can actually happen? If you really love me, you want to protect me. You don't want to put me in harm's way, right? If you got a brother and you really love him and you coming to get him every time it's negative, come get him to get some money, right? And they don't come get you to get money. That's when I start realizing dudes, they come get me to get money. Dudes had a bunch of this and that, but they come get me when there's a problem. You ain't putting me up on nothing. You're not helping my life. You coming to get me every time there's a problem. You're not my friend. You're not my friend. So we gotta start understanding, we gotta start holding each other accountable, young kings. If you see your man out of pocket, tell him he out of pocket. Now we're not doing that. I'm gonna punch a girl in the face and you sitting there laughing with the phone in the hand. What part of gangster is that? What part of gangster is that? We sitting there with dudes that we know is disrespectful, violating grown people and all that, you just sitting there. But you supposed to be a man. And you ain't say, nah, we're not doing that. Pulling your man to the side, nah, we don't even move like that. When I start realizing that I have boundaries and I have a moral compass. Anything that don't go along with my moral compass can't be around me. If you violate certain rules and regulations, if you move away, I'm gonna let you know because I love you. But if you still decide to move in that way, I can't be around you. Because when you co-sign coward behavior, you actually a coward too. Right? If your man that be with you every day is doing coward shit and you ain't stopping him, it's your fault. It ain't just him. You're a co-conspirator. Supposed to be my man. Nah, bro, we don't do like that because you're a reflection of me. Right? If I could tell you who you are by the 3 or 4 closest people to you, people don't realize that. I know a lot of parents didn't realize that. Their son had 2 or 3 friends that was terrible. Not my baby. My baby ain't nothing. No, he ain't like that. But these 2 kids that you know and robbed and shot is coming to your house every day to get your son. You don't even know who your son is. But you gotta know who he is if you see who he hanging out with. You know what they into. Right? So that's how you judge. You judge by the people around you. So I want us to start fixing our crimes. I'm not here to sugarcoat and tell you bullshit. I cannot peacefully coexist with coward shit. Excuse my language. But I don't peacefully coexist with coward shit. I don't like it around me. We have a culture that it glorifies that. It magnifies it. It magnifies the coward. It makes you think that the coward is somebody. We got a culture where academics gets to tell you who's tougher. DJ Academics is in his basement telling you who's the rider and who's gangster, and dudes is listening to. Never came outside. He ain't never jumped off the porch. He been in school his whole life, but he dictating violence and negativity in our community, and we listening to it. Just think about it. You don't know who these dudes is, but you're following him. You listening to him. This is what dictate. Academics dictates the culture. Right? He the one who told us who the drill dudes was. Everybody start following that. Oh, we drilling. We spinning the block. Spinning where? You spinning the cemetery. You spending the rest of your life in jail. That's what you spending. Anything else somebody tell you is a lie, young kid. And I'm just telling you that because I went through it. I went through it. I lost too much in this game. I lost too much to these streets. My father OD'd when I was 10 years old. My mother just died from cancer. I lost pretty much every best friend I had to the streets. I was the only one, and they tried to protect me. And by the grace of God, I only did. The crazy thing is, my man X and Pete, before they went to jail, the sex, money, and murder dudes, I was with them every day. And I got locked up for 7 years. These was dudes that was around me all the time. My whole camp, we was going everywhere. I was in jail. My man X came to visit me next week. When he came to visit me, the COs ripped my whole cell apart, looking for something. I'm like, why are you looking for? Well, who is this guy, Xavier Will? He's one of the top members of Second. I said, well, that's my friend. I don't know nothing about no gang. Because the gang, they just started being a gang in 1998. You know, it was just sex, money, and murder from the block of Castle Hill and Soundsview. But then it turned into the gang, so I didn't know nothing about it. And by the grace of God, I wasn't in no indictment. But everybody in that indictment got life in 50 years. Either you had life or 50 years. So God was telling me something. God was saying, you was this close. So now what you gonna do when you get back out there? What you gonna do when you get back? So I started doing, you know, just elevating my mind and still understanding the music. I want my music to be relatable because I want y'all to listen to it. I want to be relatable, but I gotta tell you the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like 90% of these dudes is. They lying to you, you know, because they know that you're gonna buy it. They lying to you just to sell records. And while they selling records, people is dying. What's the young boy that overdosed? That said that Future, he started drinking lean because Future, he heard Future. I can't remember. Juice WRLD. He said, I started drinking lean because I was a good kid, I was in school, I wasn't doing none of that. I was listening to Future talk about lean, and I said, I'm gonna drink lean. And became so addicted to lean, and Future said, I don't drink lean. I just put that shit in music. That's not even the thing I do. They sold it to you. And they don't have no remorse about it. Ain't nobody say sorry. They didn't even say sorry. I never heard a man say sorry. You know what I'm saying? When you look at my Floyd freestyle at the end, I said sorry. I said sorry to the kids I misled. Things that I said because I didn't know. And that's what it is, accountability. When you become a man, you become accountable. Stop saying free a nigga that did some couch. Right? When are we gonna stop doing that? I told you the dude that got stabbed, it was somebody saying free my man. They stabbed the lady, free my man. Free him for what? Where's the accountability? As men, I love you to death. I'm gonna give you a package. I'm gonna come visit you, but I'm not screaming free you, bro. Because you did some cow shit that goes against my moral compass as a man. Accountability, real accountability. That's just the time I'm on. As I grow, I'm not trying to peacefully coexist with cowards. I'm not trying to be cool with you, so I'm allowing you to do sucker shit around me. So I just want to be cool with y'all. That's what goes on in the industry. I just want to be cool because he's a man right now and he's doing sucker shit, but I just want to be cool. So I'm gonna say what I need to say to be cool. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I want y'all to see this video that I did, and then I want us to talk about it, and then we can have like a conversation. But the bottom line is, young kings and queens, stop following people that ain't going nowhere. That's the era we in. We in the followers. How many followers you got? I got followers. But where are you going that somebody's following you? When you start following the dude on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, do you think, where's he actually going? Right? I think, that's what I think now. Like, why would I actually follow? Like, I'm not entertained by dumb shit. Stop consuming your mind with shit that don't make sense. Because whatever you consume, you become. If you keep consuming anything, you become that. If you keep consuming drill and that shit all day and you hear it, that shit is trance music. It's a trance. It puts you in a trance. You get high, you get drunk, and you gone. You right in the same mode the music is in. I'm gonna spin, I'm gonna kill you, rah, rah, I'm gonna do this, rah, rah, rah. The same voice. You got 10 to 20 rappers that got the same voice. Rah, 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 rah. I don't even know what the fuck they talking about. Rah, rah, spin, kill, rah, rah, drill, drill, kill you, your man, we coming back, rah, rah. The same message, the same voice, the same bullshit. I'm just being honest. How you gonna consume that and you think that you doing something for yourself? Constantly consume the same rah, rah, rah. That shit is like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the dudes that I see, every dude I see that's so called, like my little nephew, I come in, he drill. Yeah, now you got 2 attempt murder charges. For what? So I just want y'all to see this video and we can talk about it afterwards. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Nance.
How's it going?
Hold on 1 second, got you.
This is actually my nephew, right? So I wanted him to actually play this part so he can see himself. This is really how he feels.
No.
Every day we lose another one. A mother lose another son. The cops find another gun. We don't make guns, so where the guns coming from? They dying so young, I swear they got a brother now. Another brother gunned down in the streets, and another brother locked in the beast. Now they got beef, and it's all on the internet. It's more like war. They back and forth, sending dreads. Feds know it all. Who did what? Different sets, blog sites instigate, cause they getting checks. So kids think they got a beef just to get respect. They trying to eat and they see that they can get a check. They playing checkers when it's really chess. Every other day a body drop is just a mess. Man, in just 2 days he got 2 million views. Rapping about a dude he shot from an upper crew. The label's coming through with deals on the table. He got $1 million just to sign a deal with a label. Now he able to move his moms out the hood. He got the #1 song now, we good. He all around different towns, doing shows, getting love, making money, bagging chicks, getting hugs. Now he living out his dreams, he a star. Driving through his hood, he iced out his car. But you remember that kid that he shot? His brother gunned him down on his block. You remember that kid that he shot? His brother gunned him down on his block. Boycott black murder, no more murder, no more gunshot murder, no. No, I can't kill my brother, cause I love my brother. Boycott black murder, no more murder, no gunshot murder, no. No, I can't kill my brother, cause I love my brother. They killing us and we killing us, but we just died. That's your brother. And when you realize that's your brother, then you know you can't kill him. Gunshots, gunshots, somebody's sunshine. Kid going to school, got holes in his lunchbox. Shot in his back cause he was running from cops. So shot in his head cause some young kid won props. Damn, when this shit gon' stop? When we gon' realize we brothers neighbors and we not ops. It's a damn shame my grandmothers can't even shop to get bread. Racists shoot them dead inside top. It's a cold world and the world is getting colder. We at war, we killing our own soldiers. Every day another black man dead outside by a black man committing our own genocide. No more murder, no more gunshot murder, no. No, I can't kill my brother, cause I love my brother. Boycott black murder. No more murder, no more gunshots murder, no. No, I can't kill my brother, cause I love my brother.
So, first of all, did y'all like the video? Did y'all hear the vibe? So I like to ask this question: What do y'all think the whole theme of the song is?
More black violence.
Say it again.
More black violence.
That's definitely one of the things. It's a major theme that I want to see if y'all pick up. That's it. Say that loud. Stand up and say that.
So it's like pretty much I got at the end he was showing everybody that we had killed pretty much, showing himself. Pretty much I think that needs to be is the streets really he was looking for somebody who's somebody in reality looking for somebody who's walk like you, dress like you, talk like you, just another you that should kill you.
Amen. That was the whole thing. Because in reality, all we doing is killing ourselves. That's all we doing. We killing ourselves. We at war with so many things in this system, and we literally are playing the real ops game. We taking ourselves out. If you're not paying attention to what's going on in this world right now and realizing where we are and how we should be way more unified, there's no way that the dude on the next corner from you that's going through the same exact shit you going through. His mother's on welfare, his father's on drugs, his brother in jail, he trying to survive, is your op. But that's what they made you believe. They made you believe that the dude's going through the same exact shit you going through is your op. Look like you, dress like you, walk down the block just like you, and you are op. You know what I realized when I used to think that when I was in school, right? Everybody wanted to pit me against another dude that was supposedly strong. Right? You can't beat my son. They would tell you, yo, Khalif, you can't beat my son. Or you can't beat Khalif. They always wanted to pit us against each other. All the time. And one day we had a fight. We had a fight. It was a good fight. I didn't win, I didn't lose, but we had a fight. And after that, we became the best friends. The best friends. Everybody that they always told me was my op had the same lion energy that I had. But they wanted to use it as something that was a beef. They wanted the competition. It's like, When you look at the NBA now, and before I used to get mad like, why they want to play with the best player? Right? You're supposed to compete against each other. But no, we supposed to team up. Me and you, five generals on one team, how are we gonna lose? They want to pit us against each other. You the op over there because you strong over there, and you got swag over here, and he got swag over there, so y'all need to beef with each other. Why? Why we can't be teams? A lot of times, our ego makes somebody an op. Rather than tell a nigga that you dig his style, right? Rather than look at a nigga swag and be like, oh, I like the way you put that outfit together. That's why you looking at him, but when he say what you looking at, you ain't gonna say that. You gonna say, fuck you mean what I'm looking at? Fuck you mean what I'm looking at? Now you ready to go. I like that outfit, bro. You put that together. Real shit, nigga. Why we can't say that to a nigga? You feel like some type of way about saying that. Look at the face you made. I'm not saying you wrong, I'm saying that's how I thought. That's what I thought. But I actually thought the outfit was cool. I thought the nigga's sneakers was dope. I was looking at the nigga's sneakers, I looked up and he looked at me. What you mean what I'm staring at, bro? I'm looking at you what? Rather than just congratulating, nah, what's your name? How you doing, bro? Right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? What's wrong with telling a brother that look like you, that come from, to say something positive? What's wrong with that? We was taught something was wrong with that. You gotta be gay because you tell a nigga you like his outfit. But that's the shit they telling you. You dick ride the nigga because you like his outfit. I'm lying? Come on, my nigga, you dick riding, B. My nigga, you dick riding. Nah, this is my man. When we gonna start loving? I hug my man. What's up, bro? Give him a hug. You good? I love you, bro. I told my mans I love you. I never said no shit like that when I was 14 and 15. It was taboo. They had me think I had to be this gangster, straight face, everything all day. I can't show no emotions. I can't show love. I can't tell another dude that we cool, right? I can't. A nigga step on my shoes, I gotta fight. You know how many times I say, I'm my bad, when a nigga step on me, man, my bad. I see, and I disarm him. I disarm, nigga be bad tough. Bump into you, and I'm like, oh, my fault, bro. He looking at me, I'm like, you good? What's your name, bro? You good? And nigga, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when a nigga do that? I'm not scared of you. I know what I will do to you. I know when it's time for war, if you jeopardize my life and my family, I am an animal. I know that. I have nothing to prove to you. Because you're not my adversary. You're not jeopardizing my family, my life, or anything. I do not have to show you that I'm tough. You do not have nothing to prove to anybody but you. If you think and you think and you think and you think something about me, that's your business. This is what we caught up in a society where I gotta prove to you that I'm not what you think I am. I don't give a fuck what you think I am. Right? Dude say, yo, you ugly. I got 10 girls. Why would I care what a dude said about how I look? Just think about it. But I'm just saying, dudes say it all the time, they judge another man and you worry about what he got. My life is comfortable for me. I'm good with me. When we start having self-love and love yourself and stop allowing somebody to dictate you or make you feel like you gotta prove something to them, that's when you reach manhood. That's one of the biggest things about manhood. We lose our lives and our freedom in the street every day trying to prove something to somebody else. I was watching a video with a dude that I'm actually close with. My man Al Bial, right? So Al just came home from prison. Al was a street dude, and I've been working with him, just talking to him. He wants to change his mentality, but he's still teetering. He's trying. But I'm building with him. I'm talking to him recently, and he was having a conversation about Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane. Right? He was talking, he was like, I used to love Jeezy, man, but he let Gucci punk him on stage. And I sat there and I thought, he said, nah, he was supposed to. And I said, what was he supposed to? I haven't had this conversation with him yet. I haven't had the full conversation. So this is the first time I actually voiced this outside. Where I was like, what was he supposed to do? He was supposed to throw his life away and do all of that to prove to niggas that he don't know. He's supposed to leave his family, his wife, his kid, his fortune and everything to prove to niggas that he didn't know that he was tough. While he sat in jail or died because he proved to you that he was tough. And I sat there and I thought about that. Why would I ever do that? And Jeezy looked at him when he said what he said and said, you know what, bro? This is bigger than me and you. Because I know these young kids is paying attention. And if we keep the cycle going, and we keep doing the same dumb shit at 40 years old, how are we going to expect them to change it at 15? That's what gangster was to me. But there's a mentality in our community that say that he got punked. There's a whole, people say, nah, he got punked. And I'm saying, this is how warped we are. You are supposed to crash out. You're supposed to crash out to prove to somebody that you quote unquote gangster. You're supposed to throw your whole life and everything that you built away to prove to this person who don't have nothing that you are somebody. Just think about that. Like really take that in. For your opinion of me to matter, you have to matter to me. If you don't matter to me, then why would your opinion of me matter to me? Right? But this is what we adopted in our culture. I watch young kids lose their lives and their freedom every day over the same shit. Somebody online told me, yo, you suck my dick. Oh, word? It's on. Okay, what is it on me? So you gonna, because he called you and said something to you, now you gonna move because he said something. You don't lose control. So that's what this video was. You know, I really just wanted to really paint the picture of what we really dealing with. You going on a drill, you ain't killing nobody but yourself. And I know you probably got it from Nipsey, because Nipsey said when you go on a drill, the reality is you ride by everybody else. You in a car, the little Asian boy got his shoe on, you drive by him. Right? The white boy got his hoodie on, you don't look nothing, he ain't nothing. You drive by him. The Southeast Indian dudes, you drive by him. The Mexicans, you driving by. Rum. The dude that got the same dreads like you, dressed just like you, that's the op. Soon as you see it, he got the same swag, he walk like you walk, you gunning him down. That's called self-hate. You don't even realize you hate yourself. Because you want to kill yourself. So it's called self-hate. And they told us to embrace self-hate. This culture embraces self-hate. We celebrate everything that's detrimental to us. Everything that's taking us out is what we celebrate. Just think about that. People that have the most negative impact is the people we celebrate, and we amplify. I just want y'all to pay attention. I just want y'all to really pay attention. These young dudes that's doing drill, it's cool, right? They get a record deal. The Flocka, K Flock from my hood, little young boy, got a record deal. Probably never coming home again. Probably never coming home again. Right? Just sit in jail with a record deal. You think because you get a record deal and you put the real beef that you got on the track, right? That the beef disappear when you get a record deal? That's what dudes think. Dudes think, I'm gonna go on a drill, I'm gonna rap about it, I'm gonna say I'm rolling on his dead homies, I'm gonna piss on the grave, and they gonna give me a record deal. Cause they gonna give it to you. Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, yes, man. Get the young boys to kill each other. We're gonna keep giving you money so y'all can keep killing each other. They gonna give you the deal. And you gonna be on the stage, as soon as you get off, somebody gonna air your ass out. The same person that you rapped about rolling on his dead homies. And then he gonna get a record deal. They're gonna talk about him, his man's gonna say, yeah, that's my man's. Somebody gonna air his ass out. And this is what happened. This is what's happening. It's a cycle. They paying you to kill yourself. They taking out life insurance policies on the rappers. The labels is taking out life insurance on you. They know you're gonna die soon and they're gonna cash in. That's it. They said, oh yeah, he got a life insurance. Because before it used to be a liability, like I'm not signing, he got it. Now they said, oh no. We gonna get the life insurance policy. We gonna give you this $1 million. Go ahead, because you gonna spend it up and you're gonna die, and we're gonna make a life insurance policy for $5 million. This is what we dealing with. So I don't want y'all to keep letting them trick you out your spots. There's no career for a tough guy. For a stepper, only thing, the career you can have is you can be in a prison, you can work in a mess hall. They got a mess hall in the prison. You can be a janitor in the jail. They pay you about 5 cents a day. Listen to what I'm telling you. The weekly check in jail is $11 a week. You make $11 a week in prison. If you got a good job, you might make 30. If you get one of the real high paying jobs, you make $30. And you go in there and you do the jobs out here. They got people that answer the phone in jail. Like when you call a phone company, some of them is in jail. And they're making 3 and 4 cents an hour to do that. And you can't come out here and get the job that you was doing in jail, where they paying you $40 or $50 and $60. You can't come out here and get to do that same job. You're not qualified. It's a game. They're running a game on us. They're tricking us off our spots. They're getting free labor from us, and they're killing us. And we really at war, and we killing our own soldiers. We killing the only people that can actually help us. So, hopefully, I said something that sparked your mind, that made you think about something. If you out here in these streets and you running around, I just want you to know that the sharks in the water. Right? You can jump in, because I'm a firm believer that if you can deal with the consequences of what you're doing, then do it. Right? If you made a conscious decision, look, I'm willing to die for the streets. I know I'm not gonna make it to 21, and that's what I want to do as a man. If you made that as a man, and you're gonna do whatever you do, you're not gonna tell on a nigga because you got scared and you got caught now, and now you're like, yo, I gotta go home to my family. Right? That's the biggest thing. Everybody glorifies snitches now. Nah, I'm saying, what 6ix9ine was supposed to do? They had sex with his girlfriend. That's what he told. I would have told. But you signed up for this. You was on here selling that you was the biggest gangster. You was putting hits on dudes. You was pointing at this one and that one, telling them to go put a ride, and now you don't want to do that 40 years though. So now, yo, they did this to me. Yeah, that's what comes with the streets. Yeah. You don't want what you signed up for no more. So I'm saying, if you're willing to take what you signed up for, you drilling, you doing all that, you willing to die, you want to die, cool. It's sharks in the water. You want to jump in there, they gonna bite you. I can't tell you not to jump in. I'm telling you, I'm not jumping. I got out by the skin of my teeth. They bit a little piece of my foot, and I said, nah, I ain't getting back in there. That ain't for me. Now, if you try to go in there and see if you just as lucky as me, fine. But just know that they in there. That's what I want men. I just want men, especially men. I speak to young men all the time about accountability. That's one of the biggest things about manhood, is accountability. Be accountable for what you do. Be accountable for any decision that you make as a man, the choice that you make. Be willing to deal with the consequences. I'm just hoping that you make decisions that's about life. Because I say this all the time, this ain't a lifestyle y'all live. It's a death style. Just think about it. This is really a death style. You driving straight into the furnace. Speeding. So anything y'all want to ask me some questions, man, I appreciate having
like
your
this.
ears.
Give her a applause for my... So we're gonna peel off. Some can leave. I want some of you to stay. We're gonna make a small circle and we're gonna open it up for questions.
But I appreciate everybody that was here.
Appreciate you.
Hopefully I said something that just made you think.
Appreciate it. So everybody that's still here, we're gonna bring the circle a little closer. Ask some questions. Larry, come up front.